Hello, not the boys and girls, you are too young for this. But if you are a man or a woman and you are 40, 50, 60, 70 and upwards, you're welcome to watch this video. I want to discuss something very serious. I want to talk to you about why I started to use tobacco this February 2021. I never consider myself a smoker before that, even sometimes, especially if I was in Indonesia. Sometimes I will indulge in smoking some very special cigarettes there, wrapped in golden paper. I think they are called Kretek. But usually and sometime maybe during 1 year, I would smoke maybe 2 or 3 cigars on average. That's all, you know. But 1 year I smoke maybe 20 cigars, and then the next 5 years or 10 years I don't smoke anything. So, but the reason why I am taking up smoking and coffee, because I was never a coffee drinker either, it is because my father had Parkinson's disease, and his brother, one of his brothers, had Parkinson's disease. They are both dead. And my grandfather, the father of my father, he also had this kind of problem. This disease destroyed his life. And last time I spoke with them some years ago, they had a gathering, brothers and sisters, and I just came there by coincidence. And my uncle Torger, he said that they have found out that the kind of Parkinson's that has been hitting my family was a very special version of Parkinson. It was extremely rare. They actually had sent some samples to United States, and it turned out that it is quite dangerous also for me as a son. I could have the same kind of problem. My father already was heavily burdened with Parkinson's when he was my age, 53, 54. My father never smoked, except I remember once Christmas Eve 1973, I think it was, he smoked a cigar with my grandfather, the father of my mother. By the way, the father of my mother, he drank a lot of coffee, he smoked a lot of cigarettes, but his work was also in at the main paint shop in Stavanger, my city. So he was always surrounded with all kind of chemicals and stuff. Unfortunately, he died at the age of 67. My father died from blood cancer. But he didn't suffer only a few days. They thought he had a flu, and it turned out he had blood cancer, and just within a few days he was gone. Now, I have for many years observed, before the internet came also, obviously, that there is a connection between tobacco, coffee, and alcohol. They used to say red wine, but also some people claim that the beer will, this combination will stop people from getting Parkinson's. There are, of course, a lot of reasons why people get Parkinson's. We don't know so much about it, but I thought to myself, okay, I almost died from sepsis in January, and I thought to myself, okay, I'm gonna quit my drinking, because I really drank almost every day, and at least 3 times a week I would get basically too drunk. So not good. So I decided I'm gonna take up smoking, but pipe smoking, not cigarettes. So I know this is very highly controversial, and it's not many. There are not many videos, not many information on YouTube about this subject, because it's probably not political correct to tell people that they should smoke tobacco or cigarettes, whatever. And I totally agree. Why would you use cigarettes? It's especially the paper and all the chemicals mixed into that tobacco will make you a slave of the cigarettes. We call it cancer sticks. But we all are going to die at one time or another. Maybe you will die with a healthy body, maybe you will die with a sick body, but we will all die. So anyway, I am now smoking and drinking coffee. I don't even like coffee. I don't even like so much tobacco, even though I have always been fascinated with the smell of tobacco, the looks of tobacco, and about fire, you know, making fire, fireworks, and all that kind of stuff. I love to sit by a live fire, a bonfire. Of course, in Norway, we have to do that in the winter time, otherwise we will freeze to death. But I want to try to keep my body from getting Parkinson's. So obviously, we know that if you have Parkinson's already, cannabis is very useful for you, both in smoking, and I would also highly recommend the video from a guy in Canada, Rick Simpson. He made a documentary many years ago. It's called Running from the Cure. That video is still available, but in a very low, bad quality. But I would recommend you to check out Rick Simpson's cannabis oil. You don't need to smoke. You make it if you are living in a country where you're allowed to grow your own marijuana and use it. That is highly recommendable for people who have already Parkinson's. I would also say that, well, maybe I tried twice marijuana in my life. So I'm not a big marijuana user, but if I get Parkinson's, I would do all I can to get some kind of doctor to prescribe for me. I'm now living in the Philippines. It's strictly illegal here. In Thailand, it has opened up a few years ago, maybe 3 years ago or 4 years ago, that you are now allowed to use medical marijuana. My country, Norway, is very backwards, so it's basically almost illegal, almost impossible to get marijuana. You cannot get it in a legal way. You know, you have to go to the black market and bullshit like that. So we'll see what the future brings. In Spain, you're allowed to grow it privately in your own house, your own garden, and I see that the liberation of marijuana is going around the world. Many states, many nations are opening up because they realize that there is a lot of goodness to it. If you are, I would say, if you are 50 plus, you shouldn't use marijuana if you are below 25, because it can impair the development of your brain. Okay, so but this video is not so much about marijuana. I want to avoid getting Parkinson's. Okay, so that's why I am using the tobacco, and what I'm using is, as of now, is this stuff. Chewing tobacco that I cut. I mix it with some cloves. Yes, cloves. I use a hammer and I smash some dried cloves. I mix it into the tobacco. I just find out it's lovely. So pipe smoking will not make you, how can I say, it will not make you addicted in a physical way if you use the correct natural tobacco, the pipe tobacco. It doesn't have all these chemicals, but of course if you cut up and or use cigarette tobacco and smoke it in pipe, I don't recommend that. But guys, this is highly controversial, so I will not allow comments on this video because I am too tired of fighting with everybody about this. Just use your brain and see what is good for you. Okay, thank you very much for your attention. God bless.